Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Do. So, what are we gonna do this evening? We're probably gonna do. Well, I do want to play a few games, obviously. I think as well as that. Did I get everything here done? Apart from this, which I don't seem to be able to recreate. This is a kind of strange bug right now. We do have an issue though with something doing something strange. So let me just show you what I mean. So I only saw it today when we changed something. The board, I think it was. So at some point here, sometimes one person ends up with a. Here, this is it. So I want to know what one that is. Waiting for opponent what? So the main container, waiting for op, I'm fairly sure. Yes. To declare attackers. So this will be the start of the actions phase. So dual screen, no. Reload hand. User played action. So it's after we declare attackers. So after we've declared attackers, what does it do? Let me see. So server find declare blocker, nope. Submit attackers, that's what it is. So submit attackers. What do? We show board here. Do we have a remove WFO? Yes, we do. So what we should do is say op.socket.emit remove WFO, and that's all that we require, I think. Find remove WFO. Oh, we just had it open over here, didn't we? Yeah, we don't need to pass anything else through. So that should be a small fix for that. So I should write that up over here. So fixed a bug where the WFO notification was showing showing for the first person to declare their attackers. Was originally behind the board, but since we changed its size, it became slightly visible. Okie dokie. So this is now done. What other bugs can we find? I'm feeling in a really good squatting bug mood right now. Well, let's just double check that this worked first. Let's have a see. Welcome anyone to the stream, by the way. Hope you're all doing well. We're here on day 23 of streaming the game, and we've got our first day of testing almost coming to a close. We've still got a few hours left, I guess. Still there. Huh. Interesting. So, waiting for opponent to end duel phase as well. Okay, so find... When do we end the duel phase? Request end duel phase, I guess. Request end duel phase. Okay. And confirm end duel phase. So... User.playable here. Okay. If user.ready is not equal to targeting, then we request the end duel phase here. So that would mean so when we socket.emit confirm end duel phase, confirm end duel phase, we call show end duel phase. So find show end duel phase. Interesting. This is where we're doing this WFO messages stuff. Show end duel phase, we create that saying end duel phase. So when we submit end duel phase, so on end duel phase, server.js, end duel phase, socket handler, end duel phase. So I guess what we'll do here then is just do a op.socket.emit remove WFO and see whether or not that helps us here. We'll have a see. Hey Adam, how's it going? Good to see you. No one's in the queue? Let me fix that. Let me fix that. I'm gonna go with healer. Hey. Yeah, you've probably joined this at the perfect time, really. I've fixed a couple of little bugs just off. Well, not on this version, but we've had quite a few big bugs that I needed to get rid of today. Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't mind taking time or even explaining anything either. It's all good. Oh, it'd probably help if I actually done some stuff as well, wouldn't it? Of course, in the first game, you play, nothing happens at the start. So everything just seems like, oh, I had to just go and click so many buttons. You see what turn it is here on the left-hand side of your screen. So that was the whole of the first turn. Oh, I still have nothing. So yeah, that dictates what minions you can play. At the moment, neither of us have actually had anything to play, which is the first time this has happened in quite well in ages. Unfortunately for me, looks like a really bad showing, doesn't it? All right, I'll give you this. But yeah, if there's anything you want to ask, feel free. We could even hop onto Discord at some point. I was meant to do that today with other people as well. But then obviously it's like, people. Okay. So yeah, this is the dual phase. Which, I agree with what you said. It doesn't actually make a whole bunch of sense at the moment with the way I've documented it. It's really tricky to try and explain without the visual representation, but then the visual representation requires, well, there's so many like ifs and buts and maybes that it's quite tricky. Okay, what are we going to do here? I didn't want that pen anyway. I just realised I still got this on. Okie dokie. Ignore the slight visual discrepancies. Okay, we're not able to do anything here. Ah. That's an issue. Those 3-1-1s are pretty big. We don't run any sweep attackers, so it's not too good for me. What do we play? I think we play that. What spell is this? It's a lowly weapon, so we could equip that and take this down in one. I think that's pretty vital for our chances of actually doing something here. But yeah, I think Druid is in an interesting spot. Not many people have played Druid though, so it's difficult to say whether it's good or bad as of right now. I think it's sort of in the same kind of spot as Priest, in that the gold rewards are pretty dodgy. Well, not dodgy, but just not ideal. So that'll be a balance. Item. Hey Jimmy, how's it going, man? Welcome again. I see you signed up earlier as well. Feels good, man. We're getting loads of people here. Oh, EJ joined as well. Let me just... Alpha testers. There we go. Do 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 do. I don't really want to use any spells on these 1/1s. Do I like your password? I can't remember it. I don't remember. Okay. Oh dear, I wasn't paying attention. This isn't good. Okay, we'll play this. So, if we hit this once... Well, we could just use... Alright, Alright, I think we hit this once and then we probably use this shabby weapon. Yeah. I prefer you. Whoa, what? Hacker. Where's my... Where's my... Oh man. -3 gold. That's quite impressive. I have no idea how you did that. Not gonna lie. I managed to do that earlier, but I have no idea how. But yeah. Oh man, that's a lot of red. Okay, how do we do this? I don't think we do. I think we just do this. I don't know how to use spells / weapons, so in the duel phase you just click on a spell and it will do it for you. And Discord for Alpha Link and so wanted to know if I should set my Bash account. Turn 6. This is pretty big. So if I do this, yeah, I guess that works. So yeah, sorry, to clarify, if you, in the duel phase, if you just click a spell, it will deal that damage to the minion that you're facing. To use the spell now, just click on it. If you haven't, but then your gold is -3. Your gold should be at 0 or something like that. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure how you managed to get to -3 gold. That's why I used the hacker command. It's yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry. Spells cost gold. Guess we just do this, don't we? Yeah, It's a bug. I'm not sure how we got there, but we managed to get to a bug where there's minus gold. I have an idea of how I got to -3, but I'm pretty confused right now. Okay. Am I dead here? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, no. Okay. I'll try not to. I'll try not to, EJ. I don't know. Hang on. Let me try and think of the best way to show this and how everything works. I guess I'll just do it locally. So if I use my local one here and I show you what's what, is that, yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Like, some of it would be just playing to learn, but that's because I'm a kinesthetic learner and I find it really difficult trying to teach people that are other types of learners, so I apologize for that. That's a small technical glitch at the moment, in that that's a spell or weapon that you can't see just yet. They're just playing hide and seek. It's fine. But no. But really, what you need to do is just like right click it and inspect it to find out what it is. It's really bad. But I haven't found. Well, I haven't released something to fix that up just yet, I guess is the way of saying it. So we're searching for a game here. Okay. This is... okay. Right, so, which way should I... okay, I'll present it from here. So mulligan phase, same as kind of Hearthstone or anything else. You probably want to. You can decide how you want to play your mulligan phase. Obviously, with your weapons and spells, usually you want the cheapest ones, because the cheapest weapons and spells are going to be the easiest ones to get in the early game. With minions, well, I'm going to try and stop using words like obviously and stuff like that. But here, different people have different styles at the moment. I personally prefer keeping low drops. So this here I can play on turn 1 for my opponent. Whilst it may seem like it's pretty good for them also, which it kind of is, I think that whittling their health down is probably the best way of doing things right now. So yeah, that's just mulligan. So when you play a card, it's for your opponent to face in the duel phase. So if I just select this there, the other person's got to do something as well. Okay, so this is like the worst example because they're both the same minion. But that's the minion I played, this is the minion they played. So this is my opponent's deck. A mulligan is where you throw away cards that you don't want to use in return for new cards from the deck. A mulligan is kind of like... Are there any card games where you do that? I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah. Do you do it in Uno? Maybe something like that. But yeah, you basically throw cards from your hands to redraw from your deck. So in the duel phase, I apologise, my family don't know what quietness is. But in the duel phase, you basically are going to 1v1 on Dust to your... I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't tell whether that was sarcastic or not. There was no kappa, so I hope not. But yeah, in the duel phase, you basically 1v1 the minion that your opponent has set you to face. So here, we've got 2 attack, and this guy's got 3 attack and 1 health. You always take damage after each action which you take. So if I was just to attack this, I would kill it, because I've got 2 attack, it's got 1 health. And it would deal 3 damage to me, so I go from 50 to 47. If I had enough gold, I could use either a spell or a weapon. So a spell, in the duel phase, you simply need to just click once, and it will apply this to this minion. You won't be able to attack as well with your sorcerer. So a sorcerer is basically the character which you are playing as. So here we have a 2 attack, but if I were to equip a weapon, so say for example I had 2 gold, so wanted to use the shabby weapon, this would put me up to 4 attack because it gives me 2 attack plus 2 attack for just 1 use. And you can't choose whether or not to use a weapon, you'll always use it if you're attacking with your sorcerer. So the spells, as I say, will just deal this amount of damage to the minion which you are dueling, and you will take the hit off of them as well. And it's basically a synchronous process. So after I've submitted one thing to do to the minion I'm facing, my opponent will do the same thing. I'm about to queue which class is the most OP. I think Vampiric probably has the best win rate right now. So the red one is probably the one with the highest win rate right now. So yeah, you basically have to 1v1 the opponent, so this minion. So if I just click attack duel opponent, I'll do the same on the other screen. We've just killed it. That's the end of this duel phase. So you will have seen that that card had a text saying reward 1/1 weapon. And you'll see that we've equipped a 1/1 weapon, which has made our attack go up to 3. CSS isn't important right now. I'm sorry about that. And you'll see that we've both taken 3 damage, and so we're on 47 health. Now the other thing which is important is that you can't is that however that minion was before it died is the stat line it will summon to the board in. So say for example it was a 6/5 that you were dueling, and you had no gold and no weapon. You'd hit it once, you'd take 6 damage, and you'd deal 2 to it. Did I break it? Oh no. Why are you playing against yourself? Escape. Concede. And now you have a 50% win rate, PogChamp. Not too sure what happened there. But yeah, if I had a 6/5 that I was facing, and I had nothing to do with it, I'd hit it once, take 6, deal 2, it'd go to a 6/3. Oh no. I have no idea why that happened. Someone else done that earlier. I think it could be something to do with the fact you've got another one open or something. Or otherwise I don't know what else really. Well, actually no, I do have a couple of other clues of what else. So let me know if you have any other issues, by the way. I know I'm trying to explain this and I'm doing a really bad job of it at the same time. So, apologies. So, the last state in which the minion will be the one it enters your board on. So, in that example of a 6/5, I'd deal 2. I'd deal 2 again, it'd be a 6/1. And then we would execute or kill it as it was a 6/1. So that's the state which you would enter the board in. But now consider a world where we have 5 gold and we have a 5 damage spell. If I use that 5 damage spell on the 6/5, it will die immediately, thus spawning a stronger 5 health minion onto the board. So there's a lot of mechanical, not mechanical particularly, but there's a lot of thought behind exactly the ordering for this. I can't tell you how many times in testing me and my friend were against a 5 defense minion and we got it the wrong way round because we played the spell, a 3 damage spell, which made it a 6/2, and then attacked it, which then means it summoned a 6/2. Whereas if we had attacked it first, it would go to a 6/3, and then we would use a 3 damage spell to make it a 6/3 on board. The whole duel phase is tricky. Well, I find everything quite tricky to explain, so I apologise. Excuse me. Yeah. So after the duel phase, you have the board phase, and this is fairly similar to if you've ever played Magic the Gathering. So you declare attackers. So whichever minions you want to attack the opponent in the face with is what you declare here first. So say for example I wanted to use this minion to attack with. I'd click it, give it this green border, click it again if I don't want to attack with it, and click submit attackers. But say my opponent, who I'm also in control of by the way, doesn't want to attack with theirs because they think I'm going to attack with this one. They wouldn't declare an attacker. So this beautiful, aesthetically pleasing red border basically is there to say, hey, this guy's attacking, watch your face. And then we get onto the actions section of the board phase. So at this section you can use any spells from your deck, from your hand. Again, it depends on how much gold you have, so here we can't do anything. But if I had, for example, 2 gold here, I could trade that to damage into this minion and kill this minion. Also, at this stage, you can use a spell to go into the opponent's sorcerer, dealing a direct amount of damage. At the moment, this is in a bit of a wonky kind of situation, because if you know that you've got a spell which kills your opponent, and you know that your opponent also has that, it becomes an APM race, which isn't exactly what I'm after, but there's a lot of thought going into exactly how I want that to work. So here, for example, I can't use any actions, so I would just click End Actions Phase. So now, my opponent can block. We have no minions to block any opposing attacking minions. There are no opposing attacking minions anyway. But now this guy can use his 3-1 to get rid of my 3-1 and to stop the damage going to his sorcerer. So if he were to block here, now you would see, ignore this bit, you would see that that's just traded. So the 3 attack was more than the 1 health in both cases, and so the minion died. You can block only once per turn with a minion, but also if you block a minion, so you block an attacking minion, that minion will no longer be down to attack, so you can no longer try and block it again. So say there was a 4-4 on the opponent board. If there was a 4-4 on the opponent board and I had a 1-1, I could block the 4-4 with the 1-1, but I wouldn't be able to do anything else with that attacking minion. And that's kind of the repetitive pattern as to how the game works. I'm sure there's like a million questions because nothing really made sense there, so I apologize. If there's anything I can attempt to help you with, I will do so. Look at the Imgur I posted. Whereabouts is the Imgur you posted? Is it in the GitHub? No. Oh, here. Ah, okay. You've got a pretty small resolution, I see. Yeah. So, what I will do is I will make sure that this it's in chat. That's a oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, we will probably try and make this, well, we'll I can't speak today. I will end up making this a bit more, I'll make it so that this can be seen through, sort of like this one is, but also be a lot more fitted towards resolutions as well, hopefully, at some point in the future. So, yeah. Apologies that this isn't great. Yeah, the resolution, I've basically not set it up for any other resolutions at the moment. Everything has just been functionally, not even functionally, but kind of functionally done. So, yeah. Apologies for that. So yeah, if there's anything that you guys or anything else that you guys want to know. feel free. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, my chat died. I see. Yeah, my chat died. Apologies for that. I like more keys to what is going on. Yeah, that's the first point. Is something I will be working on as well. Yeah, the password is going to be a thing as well. Cards tool, narrow juice and laying out. Yeah. Okay. So, jeez, thank you very much for the follow, Dominic1608. Much appreciated. Aha, thank you, EJ. I'll check this as well. Yeah, my Twitch chat died, and it was the 5 seconds. Oh, well, God, yeah, apologies for that. My Twitch chat died the one time that people were actually talking. No. Okay, thank you, EJ. Yeah. Right, so I'll use EJ's example here. Yeah, you need to have enough gold here in order to match with these cards. And Adam was saying, cards in tall and narrow, I wonder if you should lay them out on top / bottom of your site and increase the font size. It's hard to read their text. Yeah, I will be trying to do something about the current legibility, etc. It's far and away one of the worst aesthetic games, and it's just really difficult to read. I do agree. So yeah, that'll be something I also work on. Yeah, I'm using cursor pointers sometimes, but not all the time. That's another thing. Yeah, I'll do that with the automatic sign up as well. Pressing enter from the login doesn't trigger a login. Yeah, that's a small feature. Hovering over the cards could temporarily expand them. Yeah, that was kind of the idea. I was going to overlap them slightly, or overlap them. Doesn't matter how much that is. And then whenever you like hover over one, it pushes them to this current distance which we have, so that it's visible, and maybe even expands the size of the card so that you can actually read the text. So yeah, that's definitely a planned addition to the game. In regards to these, so the blue box is meant to be the container for the attack, and obviously everything just looks really bad at the moment. So this attack 2 is meant to just be in this little box here. I could just either decrease the size of the font or increase the size of the box. Again, that's a small thing which I didn't want to spend too much time on. But, you know, this next week is probably just going to be cleaning things up and doing some stuff. When your opponent chooses a minion for duel, does the client get data about the duel choice and just choose not to show it, or does the server withhold that information? The server withholds that information because it allows people... It would mean that, you know, you could just sit there until the last 2 seconds of your turn once we implement a turn timer, and then just be like, click, suddenly. So, yeah. Yeah, that's another idea. That would be much better, wouldn't it? Yeah. I need to, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's meant to be the way it is, basically. If that makes sense. More about information leakage. Basically what happens is... Do I have to load up Paint? Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I answered the question? Just in case anyway. But once you have chosen the dual target, or whatever you want them to face, the server basically says a line something like, if X is ready, proceed, else set that waiting for opponent thing up, so that where it says waiting for opponent to do whatever. So we basically hold back this information, and no information is sent apart from this thing. This is the only thing that is sent to anyone, and it's only sent to the person that played it. So yeah, as far as it comes to this, and I just made that really confusing. Zilliart. I mean, potentially, it might have quite a high learning curve to begin with. I definitely need to make clear, like, this is the point where you do this. I need to have some form of, like, big red noob friendly border just saying, this is what you want to do. And not just currently just have everything just displayed in one monotone colour, like do. So yeah, that's something I will be trying to work on this week. I think this next week coming up, I was going to try and do other stuff, but I honestly just think I've got so much feedback regarding just aesthetics and like just small stuff to make things more intuitive. It's not even just making it pretty, it's just making stuff more intuitive. That's probably going to be what I spend at least 3 days on this week. Yeah, a tutorial of some description would be good. The other thing as well is that it's not too similar to Hearthstone, I don't feel. I always feel like I can never really give an opinion on my game is or isn't like this. But I don't think it's enough like Hearthstone for even a Hearthstone player to understand immediately. I think that I've sort of created a game that's quite high-end, so to speak. I don't know. It's just different, I think, is what you would describe it as in a way. And maybe not in a great way for users to get started with. I can't do anything right now. The server's not broken, which is good. EJ is such a sore winner. Yeah, as I say, there's going to be a lot of updating stuff this week. Just making everything a lot nicer for users. Since at the moment I've just gone solely for functionality. And next week I just want it to be like... Next week I want it to be more... helpful, really. Oh, really? I thought it did leave you on the sign up page still. Oh, I just reloaded Twitch. Sorry, guys. Okay, it's back. How long before we have a rope? Is there still an issue? Oh yeah, I forgot I can just log out. I forgot I added that feature. So if I just leave this empty. Oh yeah. That used to keep you on account creation. Okay. That's something I've just kind of abandoned and overlooked. Yeah. I need to bookmark this Google Doc for a little bit. Okay. Is your game working again now, Jimmy and EJ? Yeah. As I say, yeah, I've not spent too much time away from the big stuff. Like the anything that wasn't in the game, I was like, I didn't particularly put too much time into. That's going to be sort of in the coming week or so. Look at this, I can Q-snipe him. I can Q-snipe him to deny him the rematch. I created an account with no username by manually emitting through the socket. Yeah, I've not really set up any kind of barriers or blockades or anything. It's more just kind of, well, it was sort of all made so that I'm able to sign in by manually emitting. Yeah, it's not meant to be kind of like unhackable at the moment. I've kind of just made it, this is why I've only made it open to a couple of people, because it was more just testing how fun the game is at the moment. Everything is just kind of in a place where it will be worked on. So yeah, it's more just a fun test, just to see what people like about the game and feedback about the gameplay sort of thing. Nothing else has really been worked on for a couple of weeks. Really breaks. Professor No Name. Whoa, that really does bugger that up. I did not expect that. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. So yeah, we're kind of just working. This is why you should have input validation on the server side. Yeah. As I say, for now it was just sort of temporary, just trying to keep people apart, separable from each other. So yeah. Like, the login system was like a half-hour job. It was more just trying to get, as I say, like the individualization so that people could play. I've literally focused solely in on trying to see whether the game is fun, and then in the next couple of weeks, if I'm receiving enough positive feedback about gameplay, I can start going, well, I'll start making some progress towards making it more intuitive, making it more secure, having all of these sort of intertwining steps. But for now, it's just all about Dish 1. For me, at least. That's what I was sort of hoping from the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there isn't any max name length for whoever lorem ipsum dollar is it, etc. is. Who would I face if I'm... Who's queuing at the moment? Adam. I suppose I did say fun test and I didn't really define what I consider to be fun. So, yeah. Adam's feedback document. I enjoyed hacking the game and creating a Welsh username. But yeah. So I don't actually know who is in the queue then. It's probably lorem ipsum, isn't it? Oh, there isn't anyone in the queue. Why are you lying to me? What? Oh, okay. I don't know why that says one user in the queue then. Huh. EJ and Jimmy are playing again. Man, I find myself just going, it would be quite cool to have a spectate feature here or something. I can't do anything again, help. Did we break the server? Nope. Which point did you just hit? I'm not sure, because usually it would get stuck with a... Whenever I've had it get stuck before, which I'm fairly sure I've gotten rid of, however those were sort of coming up, I had something up. I think the game has potential, but a tutorial to explain half the stuff I'm doing would be super. Yeah, I'm gonna work. I need to work this week on what I'm saying and how I'm saying everything, which is like, it's quite tricky for me. But yeah, I definitely will look to do some stuff. Stuff like animations alone go a long way. Yeah. Is this just stuck full stop, or have you gone past that now? Because yeah, I'm not sure here what happened. I think card games all have to answer the question of how is this different from every other card game, then they need to polish heck out of the experience. Yeah, that's what I'm learning. Alright, thank you, EJ. See ya. I think dueling is what separates Soul Sorcerers. Yeah, that's kind of like the main unique point, hopefully. Yeah, you too, EJ. From a game mechanic perspective, I'm not sure how different it ends up being, and I won't until I've played a few real games. Yeah. I think it's kind of like, after about 5 to 6 games, you work out the intricacies. I think that's how a few other people have kind of described it. Like Sasfog, one of the players who was playing earlier, was kind of got into it and sort of realised, this is how this works, this is how this works. And after every game, for a few games, you sort of learn something new. And I basically just need to kind of grab all of the information that people pick out after each game. So say that I had someone play their first game and they go, I didn't realise that you have to declare which blocker blocks which minion, or anything like that, and then just try and put this into a document and say, this is also information. As well as trying to find a good way of describing how the duel works. Because, yeah, that seems to be a bit of an issue. Because I don't explain that too well. More like I came here because I didn't understand things because of the lack of visual feedback. Yeah, the visual feedback is something I will work on this week. It's just something I left by the wayside. I've left a lot by the wayside actually this week, so far. Hey, Sassfog as well. Welcome back. Yeah, I left a lot by the wayside at the moment, but I feel like giving a week to just get into more... I don't know what the word would be. Helping things out a bit more, I guess. Oh, you killed it. You killed the game. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Okay, let me just restart that then. Shouldn't take too long. Do. Should be up. Should be up. Maybe. Possibly. I just restarted Twitch again. God damn it. Apologies if anyone just said anything. I might have missed it. After I said anything, that was it. Okay. So yeah, this is... it's probably going to be quite a mellow week, therefore. I think the week upcoming is going to really define quite a few things as well for the newer players as well. Like, I'm hoping that I can, as we go along here, pick up a few more viewers each day or each week that would then also become alpha testers, maybe 1 or 2. And I can keep checking back on user experience for a newer player and stuff like that. The one crucial thing about your game is that you'd want to have the worst possible cards in your deck so the enemy gets bad ones. Actually, what happens is the deck that you make your opponent face is their deck. That doesn't come across, and I don't think I've actually written that anywhere. So basically, like, if I go into a game right now as the healer and played a game, I would be giving my opponent my deck of minions, not spells, just minions, for them to make me play. So, yeah, so Sassfog, if you played Vampiric against healer, the Vampiric cards, or your deck, Vampiric deck, would be given to your opponent. And they then choose which minions you come up against, etc. So you know what's coming, and so does your opponent, but it's just the ways that you deal with everything that's going to be important. And at some point I will get around to creating spells and weapons for each class as well. So yeah. So they choose, but I still play them on my field. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. So in the case of healer versus Vampiric, if I was the healer, I'd get the Vampiric guy's deck and start giving them minions to face from the Vampiric deck that they've made, which then come onto their board because they've dueled that minion, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But yeah, if there's any questions, I'm probably going to watch this stream back and just write down everything that I have to explain, because that will tell me what I'm not explaining already. I'd also need to try and think of a way of like visually showing this as well, somehow. So yeah, there's a lot that I need to work on, but that's kind of what I'm doing this for, you know. Progression, not just anything other than that. Yeah, that's a good one. There's a lot of waiting around fears. Yeah, the AFKing thing is going to be one thing I look at, Adam. If I hear any reports of people constantly AFKing, then they just won't be able to access the next week of alpha testing. Yeah, I was going to try and get someone to try and stream it. I just have to try and find people and talk to people. Yeah, thank you, Adam. That's really much appreciated. I'll try and keep up with it as well. Yeah. Yeah. There's like, it's difficult because I'm not of the ability just yet to just sort of say this is how I plan to launch, because, you know, as I say, this is to test how fun it is. I want to make sure that I make something which people enjoy, and then build the sort of walls around it. It's sort of like, I guess it's like if you buy a house, okay? If you buy a house, the designer will have probably just gone and built the walls and then built the rooms to fit inside those walls. Whereas if you're kind of big enough, if you're kind of got enough money, you can design the rooms and then build the walls around those rooms to contain it. What I'm trying to do is get what people want and then build the structure around it. I'm not sure that it would work. I'm still not sure if it would work. It's something I'm going to try. But obviously, whilst maintaining that, actually, you know, there's only so much user input which I will take on. Because obviously it needs to be a game that I make, not just a game that I code because everyone tells me to. So, yeah. I'm not sure how good that analogy was. So you learn how the game goes and we'll test it. And that's planned, but it's not done yet. Oh, that was supposed to be done. Buggy. The result is actual. Yeah. Yeah, this is... Yeah, that last sort of paragraph is exactly how it feels at the moment, yeah. It's just trying to release enough of each. You know, you've got to have bulbs in the soil to make the plants grow. I don't know. My analogies are getting worse. I'm curious if someone wants to verse. I'll play. Ah, Jimmy's playing mirror matchup. Project will what? It's with several years of development time, multiple artists involved. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, at one point today I was like, I'm placing this bug and I can't get through it. should I just stop? But then I was like, no, because actually I really enjoy the streaming aspect. So yeah, if I stop streaming, then people would actually be like, why are you stopping? What's up? And then I'd have to explain, well, I didn't feel like it because it was a tough bug. And I thought, well, you know, get yourself together kind of thing. So yeah. Twitch is the way that I want to go with this game as well. And it's kind of like with that document you wrote, or that blog you wrote, post you wrote a while ago. I was like, yeah, I think that's pretty much why I want to do this. Spells can damage opponent sorcerers, so you could aim for me with that. But only in the action phase here, so after we declare attackers, that will be when you can do that. Also, you might notice you won't be able to attack with this minion. Passive blocker is the reason. No, I didn't mean as in stop the whole project, but I meant just stop streaming for today. But that was like 10 o'clock this morning. Does he stop it all? But yeah, I'm just doing this mainly to learn as well. It's not just, you know, fame, glory and money. It's more just I want to try something. Yeah. Oh, and thank you. I'm doing what I can, I guess. Yeah, I think we'll I've got a rough... Whoa. Oh, thank you, Adam. That's much appreciated. I didn't mean for that to actually show up on stream. I didn't realise I had emails open. But yeah, thank you. We'll do this. Heal for the... Oh yeah, I know this one. I have to remember my own cards. It's never a good sign, is it? So... This seems good. The fact you added me to auto hosting, that was all. Is that cool, or do you want me to get rid of that? It wasn't anything else, I don't think. I can check back if I need, or you need. Yeah, apparently so. Okay. Do. Okay. Did you hit your own minion with that spell? You hit your own minion with that spell, didn't you? These ones are the ones, I don't know if it was an accident, but these two, you didn't click a spell? Then where did it go? What did you do? What? Where did it go then? Now I'm confused. Huh. We'll have to check that. Do you have 5 cards in this hand? Yeah. Do you have 5 cards in this hand? If you have 4, then I think you might have clicked one. I'm not sure. Motto of the day. Yeah. Alright, thank you, Adam. Much appreciated. I'll catch you whenever. Thank you very much. Yeah, do you have 5 cards here? Well, no, when you clicked it earlier, you were setting it to attack. But then you took an action. I don't know. I might not even... Well, I don't know. Let's do a straw poll. Should I put the server up tomorrow for you guys to play? Or should I work on what feedback you guys have given me so far and work on tutorials, gameplay help in-game, and visual prompts, etc. There we go. Yeah, if you guys could vote on that and let me know. I'll see what you guys want me to do tomorrow when I go live. Because I don't know what you guys want me to do, etc. I'm more than happy to do what you guys want me to. Because obviously it's like, well, I could make stuff better. But, you know, you guys might not want to play the game. You might just want me to focus fully. I think we just attack with these two here. We don't have a 1 damage spells, which is unfortunate. Okie dokie. Yeah, we can't afford any actions here. Why did that not let you block? Or did you block? That's interesting. No, you can only play 1 minion per turn, Insane Jimmy. Oh, sorry, I just mean to call you Jimmy now. Yeah, you can only play 1 minion per turn. Yeah, visual cues are basically what I mean when I say like aesthetical aids or like prompts. So yeah, what I'll do is tomorrow what I might just do is, as you guys say, like leave the server up but start working and focusing really on building it up again. So yeah, Yeah, if you want to, Sasfog. That would be amazing. I mean, you know, you don't have to by any means, but if you want to, that would be amazing. Because I find myself I'm just terrible at trying to explain stuff. So, yeah. But, as I say, you don't have to. I can do it if you need. Well, not if you need, but I can do it, sort of thing. So yeah, I'll probably just leave the server up. I probably won't stream for as long tomorrow because today's been quite a long day. I'll probably just chill a bit more tomorrow. And just work on making stuff a little bit better. Hopefully. Hopefully. Like, one of the things I could do is I could, like, add a little tab up here. And just have... You can now play minions, or you can not play minions. And you can now play spells, or you can not play spells, etc. As well as having something else probably up here. Which will probably help quite a lot. Ooh, he took that... he goes like up to 32 health. No, my favourite minion. You've betrayed me. Thou hast betrayed me. So, do I have a 1-cost spell? I do have a 1-cost spell. Ha. So yeah, I'll get on some stuff tonight, tomorrow even. But I don't know if I'll end early or if I'll start later. I'm not sure which one I'd prefer to do. I'll probably end earlier. Yeah, I'd probably end earlier. So if I end at like 1 or 2 in my time, so we'll stream for about 3 or 4 hours tomorrow, and then just take a break, have a good evening, and do stuff like that. I think that might be what I do. Did that stop that from attacking? Oh, it did. Why? I could block this. Ah. Okay, so there is a bug with blocking at the moment, it seems. That's annoying. That's really annoying. That's something I've worked on so many times as well. Again, there's so many things I've worked on so many times that are still quite broken. But just in more difficult to recreate circumstances. Is your game broken, Jimmy? Or have you got something? Because I haven't got a waiting for opponent. Why did your guy die and mine didn't? I used a spell. I didn't block. I just used a spell. And this guy for some reason is now not attacking. Which he should still be. But there seems to be some form of issue with the way that that's working right now. You waiting for me to declare blockers? Then the game's broken. Alright. I think that's a good place to end right now. We've got quite a few bugs and things. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm going to end the stream there. Apologies for the bugginess there, Jimmy. Yeah. We'll work on stuff tomorrow. Probably from about 10 for me. It's 7 PM for me now. So yeah, from about 10 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll do about a 3 or 4 hour stream, as I say, working on some more of the basic stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all very much for watching today, and thank you all very much for the support and the help. I'll catch you tomorrow. If you need me in the meantime, don't forget to hit up the Discord. I'll catch you later. Thank you, and goodbye.